Hey everybody, it's Bikini, and I am here to do another video. It's a little bit cold where I am, so I have on this blanket. And so let's talk, you guys. Let's talk. So I have a lot of really cool things that I have recently been working on. If you don't follow me on Facebook, you may or might not know about it. I post a lot of my content on Facebook and Instagram. And so I'll put my information below where you can follow me on those outlets. But I'm going to go over some of the things I have going on here, as well as talk about some stuff that I've been working on, right? So you guys know that I do women's health. Like that's what I do. That's my market. That's my niche. And I have some great stuff that I have launched. So one of the things that I've decided or that I've created is I have an online course, and the name of the course is Vaginology, and this is the course for all women, all women's health. Period. If you want to know how to cure yeast infections yourself, cure BV virus by yourself, get rid of fibroids by yourself, if you want to learn how to track your period so that you can avoid pregnancy, or achieve pregnancy too, naturally, that's the course for you. If you want to learn more about your period, if you want to know how to live a life based on your period, which I will probably do another video about, it is the way of least resistance. It's the way of most ease to follow your period. Like, for instance, women really shouldn't be working while they're on their period. And I know a lot of women are going to tell me, well, I have to work on my period. That's something that you need to energetically fix. You need to energetically shift your vibration so that you don't have to work on your period. And so we go deeper into that in the class. And then also with the class, you get a 30-minute session with me after you're done to go over whatever problems that you have, because we'll get it. We'll get it together. I have helped women over the phone give birth after their doctors told them that they were going to need a C-section. And I was like, nah, sis, get into these positions real quick. Do this real quick. And within 24 hours, they avoided being induced, and probably avoided a C-section, because they avoided because they were able to avoid that induction. So yeah, I know that's what I do. Yoni, vagina, womb. That is my specific part of the body that I am capable of healing and helping women to get to a new level in their lives, um, through that. Because a lot of women are disconnected from their wombs, and therefore it causes health problems, and there's an emotional upset. It's just really so deep. If you don't get to that part, it doesn't fare better. And then I feel like every woman should be able to cure a yeast infection at home, and every woman should be able um, to know her body on a deep, intimate level. I really truly believe that. I feel like that has been what has been my saving grace. Like, there could be other things going on, but I was in touch with my womb. I wasn't, um, bleeding excessively or having anything crazy going on like that. Well, there have been instances where I have, but I was able to heal those problems, and I don't have those issues anymore. And so that's what the class is for women to be able to transform that experience. Secondly, I want to talk about my retreat. So again, if you are on Facebook, you may not even know that I'm hosting a retreat. So I'm going to tell you about the retreat before I get to the other juicy stuff that is going on, or rather my lecture. So the retreat is called the Joy of Life Sexual and Soul Revival. It will be in Lake Tahoe, California, June 21st to 23rd, and we are going to have a fucking blast. Okay, a fucking blast. It's gonna be lit. We are going to have a tantra practitioner. We're going to have a sensual movement slash belly dancing instructor. I'm going to talk about women's health, of course. And we're also going to have a sacred yoga practitioner to learn some sacred yoga movements. The tantra practitioner, y'all, she's going to help us open our heart space and be able to have more orgasms and be able to have better orgasms and better sex and be able to connect to our partners on a more deeper level, to heal inner trauma. Y'all, it's a cannabis friendly event. You're gonna have edibles in your bags. It's up to you if you want to eat it or not, right? And we're gonna have a good ass time. Like, we're really going to connect on a sisterly level and bond and heal. And we're gonna be in Lake Tahoe. Like, it's gonna be beautiful. And so I'll post the link for that below if you're interested in that. Coming with us. The retreat is gonna be amazing, you guys. I'm really so excited. And I mean, we have women coming from the retreats in California, and so am I. We have people coming from Baltimore. We have sisters coming from New York. Um, it's just gonna be amazing, and I'm so excited about it. So, that's why I called it a sexual and soul revival, because like, we're gonna revive. We're gonna get our lives. Okay, it's not gonna be, we just out there, learn about um keeping your legs closed and doing this. Like, no, we're grown. I think there's so much of that, which is part of this. Is really, it's going to be a good segue into the video because I'm going to go in. Um, it's black women especially, but women in general have been just sexually repressed on a very serious level. Um, and told that we shouldn't do certain things, we shouldn't wear certain things, we shouldn't say certain things, and a part of your life as a human being, I don't even want to say as a woman, as a human being, is to express yourself sexually. And one of the things that I've seen is that we wonder why men have so much power and so much and so much drive to go after things that they want, and they feel so empowered. One is definitely the socialization of men. They're put on a pedestal, they're given more opportunities. But another thing is that they are having orgasms, good ones too, and women aren't. And there is so much power. People don't want to talk about this kind of stuff. Y'all know I'm a Scorpio, so I have nothing to hold back. And we're gonna talk a lot more deeper about this in the retreat. But women aren't really having those experiences. A lot of women don't even talk about being able to squirt, which is something that I know for a fact is like so healing. Like, I mean, it's a life changing, healing orgasm. And women aren't even having regular orgasms. And whew, it's a lot. But once women are able to start orgasming, that's going to shift the atmosphere so deeply. And so the women who come to this retreat, we're gonna make sure you're gonna be feeling good when you leave here, and you're gonna be able to have better experiences and all that kind of stuff. And so, yeah, I'm excited about that. I know it's gonna be really good. But I wanted to talk about some deep shit today, though. I'm gonna front. I'm gonna get to the tea. Um. Oh, also, if you are in Oakland, I am still teaching astrology classes at Queen Hippie Gypsy on 14th. Please come out, queenhippiegypsy.com. Please go on there and sign up for our final class, which is going to be February 9th. And then we're going to continue to do, we are going to continue to we're going to do another series of level 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to start over the series. So if you missed level 1 and level 2, the one on the 9th is going to be level 3. We're going to start over because our class is like sold out. So, which is exciting for me. So I'm excited that so many of us are getting into astrology, want to learn and all that. It's great. Any more housekeepings or any more housekeepings or any more housekeeping? I am doing astrology readings again. I am doing goddess readings again. So if you need me, please, yeah, if you need me for that, please hit me up for that. I'll put the link below. I'm sorry, I kind of spaced out for a minute. Yes, but please contact me and I will put you in. I am actually booked this week, but I will have openings for that next week. Also, the natural birth control tincture Lady Nectar is selling out quickly. I decided to open up sales for that again, and women have like been like, "Oh my God, we've been waiting," because I had stopped selling Lady Nectar for different reasons, but I decided to restart selling it again, and people are very interested in it. So if you want a bottle of Lady Nectar, you will have to contact me directly for that, and I'll put my information below for that. But I wanted to talk about the good girl. I how do I want to start this off, y'all? Being good, quote unquote, and like following the rules literally is the worst thing that ever happened to me. I used to be like most women, right? I followed all the rules. I did everything that everybody told me I was supposed to do. I wore the kind of clothes people told me I was supposed to wear. I did everything I was supposed to do, like everything. And it left me depleted. It left me sad. It left me lonely. And the lonely part really fucked me up because I really thought that if I behaved a certain way, that men would respond to me a certain way because that's what I had been told, right? I had been told that if I just, acted a certain way, I could get a man, right? And I guess I could get a man, but it wasn't the man that I wanted, right? It wasn't the man that I really wanted. And so I was always following the rules. And then I found myself, when I got to my late 20s, I found myself kind of being a little salty because there were people that I know that didn't follow the rules, right? And they were living the lives or the life that I felt like I wanted and I felt like I deserved. So I'm like, how did she get that when I was the one? I followed the rules. I did X, Y, and Z, and I still don't have um a husband, or I still don't have a good job. And I still, with so many different things that I realized or that I felt that I was missing out on, because I was trying to be good and I was trying to follow these rules, like basically society's rules. And I just really felt, I mean, it was rough. I mean, I did not feel, I wasn't happy. I was very drained. And I came across this video actually of Jim Carrey, and he was talking about depression. And he was saying that when you're depressed, you are trying to live out an avatar that you really aren't. Like, basically trying to be something that you're really not. Like, your true self is trying to get out, but you're not acknowledging your true self. And I was like, damn, like, is that really true? And I looked at myself. Okay, I had to take a minute and look at myself, and I was just like, this isn't how I was supposed to look. This isn't how I'm supposed to be. Like, how I look right now, this is like my pre. I'm gonna untwist my braids, right? I'm gonna have all these beautiful curls. I'm gonna put my contacts in. I'm gonna put my makeup on. My nails and my feet are already done. I've been taking care of my skin, so I'm coming to you guys a little regular right now. But if of course, you were to go on my Instagram or whatever, you can tell like I'm usually very dolled up. Well, at this point in my life, every day I was walking out looking like this, and it wasn't because I was gonna take my braids down and I was like I was looking very, for what I consider tomboyish and very like average, like every day. That's just how I was looking every day because I was so stressed out and I was so busy trying to be this perfect mom. That was the avatar I was following. I was trying to be this perfect mom, and I was trying to be this perfect partner, and I was trying to be this perfect healthcare professional, and I was not being my real self. I was afraid of my real self. I'm gonna say that I was afraid of my real self. And this is part of why I actually have a session that I do with women. It's a 2 week session. We talk for 2 weeks, but I coach you for the full 14 days where I'm in constant contact with you. But we have 2 phone conversations, and it's called the Divine Feminine Alchemy sessions, Dark Feminine Alchemy sessions. I'll put the link below on that as well. Because, and I have 2 clients right now that I'm helping, and they're shifting out of their reality swiftly. Because this is something I had to do for myself. I literally had to dig deep in and be like, I'm not happy. I'm not happy. I'm not happy, and I need something to change now. And I didn't know how I was going to change. I didn't have money. I didn't have resources. I mean, I was just in a really fucked up space, and I was just like, how the fuck am I going to get out of being this rundown mama too, and doula and healthcare professional and healer that everybody depends on for their healing. And one of the first things that I did is I stopped fucking with motherfuckers. Like, I just completely cut off people. And a lot of people were mad about that initially. And I had to get a little bit mean because even when I was like, I'm not doing readings no more, I need a break, people were still contacting me. And that's when I realized motherfuckers don't respect me. Like, I just really got to a point I was like, y'all don't have no respect because I literally am like, I'm on sabbatical, I'm depressed, I'm going through stuff, and people just kept contacting me like, well, sis, can I get a reading real quick? And I was literally at a point where it was just like there was no amount of money that was good enough for me to exchange my peace of mind, like to do a reading for somebody. Because I don't think a lot of people realize what it takes to do a reading for someone. So maybe that's why they were just asking, like, oh, can you just do it for me real quick? And I'm like, you don't understand. Like, I'm literally emotionally, like, my cup is empty. I don't have anything to pour out. And I think that was the end of my good girlness. I was just like, I'm overwhelmed. I can't do this. Like, this is fucked up. Like, I was like, I just realized I was like, damn, I'm always giving to other people. I am fucking dry. Like, my soul is dry. I can't give anymore. And of course, I felt like I had to keep going because I had kids and because I had this business and because people came to me as this like information resource. And I was like, well, I gotta be there. I gotta be there for my clients and all this. Girl, child, look, I had to get tired of my reality. I had to just get tired of it. And one of the first things that I did is I had to remove my energy from the people that were taking my energy from me. And at that point in time, it was the people who I was serving. And I will say, since I stopped and took my time and then restarted my business, I don't even attract the same type of clients that I used to attract no more. Because I changed and I started to put myself first at all on every level. I mean, on every level, I put myself first. And I know for a lot of women, especially black women, that's something that is foreign to them. It's completely shifting everything of a focus back to themselves, and that's what the sessions are for. That's what that 2 week coaching session is for. Is to get you in a place to show you where you're not serving yourself and to get you back there. And so I noticed that I was doing that. And I one of the things that I realized, I'm trying to find my little notes here, is that I realized that I was very focused on about how men saw me and how they felt about me. And one of the things that I started to do is I started to stop dating people who weren't able to help me in my life. Like, and that was something that when I was younger I did. But then something happened around my mid to late 20s, and I went back to dating regular guys, and I kind of had to have a wake up call, and I was like, I don't deserve this. I don't deserve this maltreatment. And I see a lot of women, they are starting to be like, oh, I'm not tolerating that. And I'm happy. I'm excited. And I'm glad that women are setting higher standards for themselves. But one thing that I've noticed is just like, there's still a lot of guilt. Women still have a lot of guilt about requiring men to do their part. And I know for me, one of the hang-ups for me was that there were always men in my face telling me about the things that they wanted to do. Um, but never actually doing it. And that was one of the things that I had. That was definitely one of the indicators that I was like, yeah, I'm not attracting the right kind of men because I know so many women that have dealt with this. They meet men and the men are like, I'm gonna do this for you. I can provide this for you. I can be this kind of person for you. I want to see you this many times a week, and then that never follows through, and they're frustrated. And I got something for that for sure. But I just had to realize that I was giving them a lot of time and space in my life to make those kind of decisions. Um, so I had to stop doing that because I was like, yeah, I don't like. For instance, I've talked to some women and they'll tell me about all of these different things that I got into them, right? They'll be like, yeah, he did this, and he did that, and he did this, but I'm trying to make it work. And I'm just like, okay, keep being nice. Keep being nice. Put up with that for a couple more years, and we'll see how many bags you have under your eyes, how tired you look, and how how drained you're gonna be because you're sitting up here trying to basically raise a man and give a man like time to grow and all this other shit like that. And I know so many women that do stuff like that, and it's sad to watch them because they waste a lot of time, they waste a lot of energy trying to be good enough or waiting around for an engagement or waiting around for even for the guy to say that he's your boyfriend. Hell, women wait around for that, and I'm only 30, but I see women older than me and I see women younger than me going through some of this stuff, and I'm just always just like, wow, like y'all really put y'all's lives on hold for other people. I've seen women do this for their mom. Oh, well, my mom is dealing with this, so I'm going to I'm not gonna go to medical school this year. I'm not gonna go to art school this year because I have to do this for my mom. And I'm just like, okay, she lived her whole life. You gonna stop yours? And that's why I call this dark feminine sessions because some of the stuff that I say and some of the things that I've had to do, a lot of women are programmed to think that it's me because women are programmed to be there for everybody. And so if I tell you or a coach tells you that it's okay to go do something for you, go to Iceland. Go to Iceland for a year. Go to art school away from your parents. Um, apply to do that particular thing that is going to basically get you away from all of your friends from high school or whatever. People are like, oh my god, that's so mean. I don't want to do that because you're worried about what other people are going to think about you. And if you live your entire life worried about what other people are going to think about you, you'll never move forward. And I see, like, I see so many grown ass women doing shit like that, staying in professions that they hate. That was something I had. That was one of my first layers of peeling back. I was like, I'm very magnetic. I get that all the time from people. I'm highly magnetic. I get that I'm beautiful. I get that I'm enchanting. I get that I'm intimidating. All this other shit like that. And you know, all those things are great. But working in healthcare in the way that I was working in healthcare did not provide me the what's the word I want to use? It did not provide me the exposure that I needed to be recognized in some of the spaces that I wanted to be recognized. Now that I'm a model, people are like, "You're beautiful. Do you want to shoot?" And I'm like, "Yeah, let's do some shots. You're beautiful. Do you want to be submitted to this one magazine?" Yeah, that sounds great. Versus before, people kept telling me that I was beautiful and I was smart and I was all this other shit, but they were never trying to pay me. They were never giving me opportunities. Um, yeah, and then like even now, like it's so much easier to identify people who are full of shit. Like in the event that I were to um be dating somebody, or if I were like out in the arena of dating, um there's so much shit that I would have before, like I would have been like, okay, that I know if I were to hear today, I would literally just like laugh and not even think twice about to do it again. I'm just thinking about in the past when I've had, my dating experiences. Um, I don't like. There are so many. I'll say this: there are so many conversations that if I had the knowledge that I have now, 6 months ago, those conversations would not have even happened, or the conversation would have ended there. Like I would have been like, huh, okay, whatever. Um, but some of those conversations I allowed to go on because I wanted to see how this guy was gonna act or whatever. And I'm just looking back and I'm just like, why was I even entertaining a conversation with that person? Um, But I had to go through my growth, and I had to realize that there are people who do not even deserve a conversation with you. Like, not even that. And I know a lot of women, again, we don't feel comfortable cutting people off, and we don't feel comfortable just ending conversations mid sentence because we want to um be nice. Again, always go back to that being nice and not being mean and not hurting other people's feelings and all. Child, dark divine alchemy sessions, like, we can switch all of that. And the thing is, with a lot of that, it is programming from childhood, usually, and religion. And so we have to definitely dig deep to get through a lot of those things. But child, let me tell you, honey, um, it's just amazing the types of things that women are socialized to do and to not do. And one of those things, like I said, we talked about sex, like not even having. There are so many women that are so uptight right now, and I know it's because they're not having an orgasmic release, and it's kind of it's very interesting, very very interesting. But again, they're still like they still feel like, oh well, I can't do that right now. I can't do that because like, that's not appropriate. I'm not married. And da, 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 da. So they pretty much just suffer because they feel like that's the right thing to do because they need to wait on Mr. Right. There's so many, y'all. That's one of the main things I feel bad that I was ever told, and I feel bad that women still hold on to is waiting for Mr. Right. Because while they're waiting, they miss out on so many opportunities. A lot of women who are waiting, they don't even date, or they meet one guy and they completely stop dating completely because they have this one guy that they like, and they completely stop dating, and then they look up and they wonder why they never got married or they never whatever because they don't know how to date. They date one guy at a time, which is not dating. That's monogamy. And then these guys aren't even practicing monogamy because they're like, we're not in a real relationship. And then here you out here just only talking to one person, dating one person. Child, that's a big fuck. That's a big mind fuck. Yeah. So, anyways, it's just very interesting how much bullshit a lot of women are fed, and that's what I'm here to help you do. I'm here to help you get rid of the bullshit. Get rid of the bullshit so that you can live a better, more advantageous life and welcome more prosperity and welcome more pleasure. And if you feel like pleasure is blocked for you, you definitely need to be at the retreat because we're gonna be unblocking that shit. We're unblocking that shit at the retreat, honey. Okay, we're letting all of that go. So that's what I wanted to say. But I also want to. There was a video I watched recently, and it was by Fundy Fee. Her name is spelled Fundi, and then Fe. It's two words, Fundy Fee. And she talked about she did a video called "The Plight of the Black Woman," and the video was so good. Ooh, so good. And she talks about a lot about black women and the divestment movement, and I might need to do a video about that. She talks about black women and the divestment movement and about how like we are leaving our male counterparts behind. And you know what? I'll do a video on that. I'll do a video on that. I'm not even gonna go into that right now. So put me on the next video. And I'll talk about that a little bit deeper. Why this is happening with black women. Ooh, child, it's deep. So I'll see you guys on the next video, okay? All right, bye.